What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of your favorite show. I'm Rook,
And I'm Archon.
and we are bringing to you another deep thought episode. This one, I'm gonna let y'all have time to think about it. It is, what does nerdy mean to you? Like, how do you define it? What does it mean to you? All right. So before we get to that, how was your week, man?
My week was kind of a roller coaster of up and down and left and right, and uh, been building up to this big job interview that I'm trying to get. And I was supposed to do it last Monday, but didn't end up working out because the district manager was busy and he had to cover some routes, so he wasn't able to. And now it's going to be tomorrow, so Monday the 6th instead. Except now I'm doing it with the regional manager, which kind of gets me freaked out a little bit because the bigger boss. I'm still pretty confident going in. I'm still,
I'm
I'm
pretty
thinking
sure
good things.
everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody in our neck of the woods is pulling for you.
Well, I appreciate that. But other than that, I played a lot of Path of Exiles. Built this insanely stupid build. Rook saw me playing it for a little while, and
Yeah.
he's like, "That's not even fair. I was just clearing whole maps in like one shot. It was just stupid." So I've been dealing with that and playing with that for a while. Still, there's this one item I'm hunting for that I don't know if I'll ever find it, but it's called a Mirror of Kalinda, and it's worth like an insane amount of money, but they're stupid rare. It's like
Mm.
the rarest item in the game. So hoping to find one at some point here soon. They're worth like a ton of in-game currency, or like on the black market, people sell them for $140 a piece. So it'd be pretty
Wow.
nice to find one.
Then do
Um,
it.
yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to get banned after I finally find it. I was telling one of my buddies, I was like, what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna be like on my last life for a map, and then I'm gonna die right as I kill a boss, and he's gonna drop one, but I'm not gonna be able to get back in to loot it because that was my last life on the map.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Something like that, or like if you go down into the abyssal caverns, like you only get one life down there, and it'll be like something like that. I'll die as one drops. And I won't be able to loot it. Something stupid, or it'll drop like right before the new season starts, and then it won't matter because it won't help me any because everything gets reset on the new season.
Yeah,
Something like
true.
that. Other than that, I tried out a new game that's had a beta stress test this week. It's called Monsters and Memories. It's made by the original creators of EverQuest, and man, does it have an EverQuest feel to it. Everything about it. Like, you start with a note in your inventory says, go give this to your trainer, and that's it. Other than that, you have to figure everything out yourself. There's no map, there's no compass. They keep telling me things like, "Oh, go north of this place." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. How am I supposed to know which way's north?" Like, the druids, I noticed playing a druid that eventually I got like, I think at like level, I think it's at level 1, but you gotta like earn money to be able to buy it. But you get a spell that is like called True North, that when you cast it, it'll face you north so that you know what direction you're going. But like, if you're any other class, I don't know how you would know which way is north.
Very carefully, I would think.
But it's like, yeah, there's no map, there's nothing. You just got to figure out where you're going and like remember landmarks, like good old EverQuest days back in the day. It's challenging. The graphics are very similar to EverQuest. The gameplay is very similar. The way you level, like, it's given me some straight nostalgia flashbacks. I mean, there's a lot of different classes, um, and a lot of different things to the game, but it's got that EverQuest feel, and that's kind of scary for me because that's my jam.
So here's a question. Is it made by the people from the server uh,
No,
that got
no,
sued? Because that would
no,
have been funny.
no. It's not. It's made by the original developers. I think like Brad McQuaid is one of the guys that's one of the leads on this. Don't quote me because I could be wrong completely, but I know it's like a lot of the original. like people who worked at Sony Online Entertainment when EverQuest was made and were part of the team that made EverQuest. So it's got that like original feel to it.
Mhm.
Kind of like I might be mixing this up. I might be completely wrong because I know like Pantheon was supposed to be the same. It was supposed to be like from original creators of EverQuest 2, but that game kind of wasn't that great. I might be completely wrong. I might have it mixed up with Pantheon, or maybe I don't. I don't know, but this game is pretty solid. Like
So, what's the name of the game again?
Monsters and Memories,
Doing research. I'm doing a
doing
Rook
the
thing.
good old Google. But it's got like I said, it's got that feel to it. It feels very EverQuest-ish to me, and I really, really am enjoying it. I think it's gonna be a lot more fun once like more people are playing it. And yeah, you're looking at the graphics, aren't you? You're like, what
No,
is
I'm
this?
actually looking at the cost breakdown. The one of the first things, because I just Googled Monsters and Memories developer, and the second link is their development costs.
Yeah,
October 2020 through December 2024, they've only spent $105,000.
yeah, I would believe it. It's not. I mean, it's not running Unreal 5 or anything like that. I'll tell you that for sure. It's running some old school. Like the hamsters are running the servers.
All right, here we
That's
go.
probably why
I,
they
f-
did the stress test.
I found what I was looking for.
Okay.
Sean, they don't have the last names, they just have the first name. So Sean, aka a loving robot, has been working in the gaming industry for the past 20 years at companies like SOE and King Isle Entertainment. He was a lead designer on several MMO titles, including EverQuest and DC Universe Online. Most
Well, there we
recently,
go.
he was the executive producer and chief product officer at Star Stable Entertainment.
Okay, so it is one of the original devs then, or well, one of the older devs.
Hmm.
But
Uh,
yeah,
I
it
am
feels good. I'm liking it so far. It is tough. It doesn't hold your hand in any way, shape, or form. You got to figure everything out as you go. But I mean, I've only played it for a very short amount of time, so I can't really say a whole lot for it yet. Um, and like I said, they're just doing a stress test right now. It's nothing major. But at the beginning of next year, from what I saw, it's supposed to do the early release thing, early access release. So we'll see. I got hopes for it. I think it's gonna be pretty good. Out of all the ones I've played recently, like this is probably one of the ones I'm the most hopeful for.
Yeah.
I would
So,
say.
fun fact, how
Hmm.
would you like to be this kid? All right. So, we just talked how Sean was a lead designer on several MMO titles, including EverQuest, correct?
Okay.
Connor, one of the team members, aka Zukan, is a professional 3D artist currently working in marketing. In his own time, he enjoys making 3D characters. You might find some EQ fan art creations on his Instagram. A huge MMO nerd, Connor got his start back in vanilla EverQuest and played many of the notable MMOs between 2000 and 2015. And now he's working with the lead developer, lead designer.
That is pretty awesome. It's basically me, except for without the developer credits, and got my
So,
start in vanilla EverQuest as well, and played through
so
all the major MMOs.
a lot of these members on this team had a passion for EverQuest. So that's why you got a lot of EverQuest stuff, except for this one person who just recently worked at NetherRealm Studios, where he helped ship Mortal Kombat titles.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it seems like fun so far. I'm enjoying it. So,
No, that's
and then
good.
another thing I noticed: are you a fan of Destiny? Have you played Destiny?
I play Destiny, both one and two.
Well, I really like Destiny too. I think it's a great game, phenomenal game, but it's so
Our
expensive
favorite
because there's
actor is in it.
yeah,
He
but
plays Cade.
there's so many expansions that the game is like just ridiculously expensive and hard to play. Like because
True.
you gotta pay so much to catch up if I want to play it now. However, I noticed this weekend that as we're recording on 10/5 here, I noticed that on Steam, all the expansions are bundled into a legacy pack and they're 97% off right now. and it's only $12. $12 for all of them.
Nice. For
For like
regular Destiny or Destiny 2?
for Destiny 2 with like 7 expansions.
Holy cow.
Yeah, $12.
That
It's like 12 something, 12 and some change.
that's amazing since I already own Destiny 2.
Yeah, you could get all the expansions for like $12. Yeah, I
I
got them. I had to.
$12, you can't pass up that deal.
I know that game is a lot of fun. Like it's a ton of fun, and I would love to get back into it. I just didn't want to have to pay for all those expansions. But if they're gonna give them to me, they were like $2 a piece if you bought them separately. It was
Yeah.
like $1.98 a piece or something like that. I'm like, okay, I'll buy that legacy pack for $12.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm on their page. Their page doesn't mention the legacy pack.
It's on Steam.
I'm on Steam. I said their
Go.
page. All right.
Oh
I'm looking at their let's see, RuneScape is still around. Man,
yeah, they got a new game. The new RuneScape game is a lot of fun.
the creators of Hogwarts is making another game, and I can't remember
They're
the name of
making a second Hogwarts too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
No,
on there.
sorry, not somebody, not the makers of Hogwarts. There's a game out there. I cannot remember it, but they're trying to make it like Hogwarts.
Oh, okay.
Hey, if you
Yeah,
wanted to get
if you
Starfield, you can get it for $42 right now.
if you go to Destiny 2 on Steam and scroll down, it
Mhm.
has different versions. It says Destiny 2, Destiny 2 Year of Prophecy, or Buy Destiny 2 Legacy Collection 2025 bundle.
I'm gonna go to the store page. I wasn't on the store page. I was on my page.
Collection complete 7 of 7 items and are in your library.
It'll cost me $9.60 for what I don't have.
Yeah. See? That's a heck of a deal.
No kidding.
I want to kick back Bungie because I just got you a sale because I'm pretty sure Rook is now buying it as we speak.
As we speak, Rook is buying.
That was all me. Plus, when our viewers listen to this, oh, it'll be a week from now. That by the time you guys hear it, it won't be on sale no more. Oh no! We'll
Oh
post it on our Discord.
no!
We'll post it in Discord. That way, people can
When
buy it.
is the sale up?
I don't know. Is it part of this October sale, autumn sale? Now through
Ah.
October 6th, tomorrow. If it's part of that sale, I don't know if it's part of that sale or not, but I would assume it probably is. Tomorrow night, we'll post it in Discord right now.
I hit the wrong. Post it in Discord right now. Right after this, we'll take a clip and post it on our socials.
We want a kickback, Bungie, or at least an item in the game named after us.
I wish we would have caught this sooner.
I know. I just saw it today, so
All right, let's return to
yeah.
the store.
I mean, that's been my week.
Looking up
Selling games for people.
really good deals.
I just looked to see what was on there, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what is this?" I
Yeah,
love that game.
That is the one thing I'm bummed about. It doesn't tell you when the sale ends.
It's if it's part of that autumn sale, then it says the autumn sale ends on October 6th. So
It probably is. But another way to check as we go into the autumns. Oh yeah, Destiny 2 autumn sale. It says it right in the banner, right underneath the title.
well, there you go. So October 6th. So by the time you hear this, hopefully you saw the Discord first.
Congratulations for them getting a lot of playtime. It's actually their 6th birthday. It released
Really?
October 1st. Yeah.
That's good to know.
All right. I now have all the DLC
Nice.
for
I am posting.
$9.60.
I'm gonna post in Discord. How was your week?
My week wasn't too bad. Well, you mean 2 weeks? So last week, we we did record last week, didn't we? Yeah. So I had work and I duty swapped with somebody. So this weekend I was just enjoying a relaxing weekend and 5 weekends of no work.
Very
Um,
nice.
yeah, I'm enjoying just not doing much. I've started streaming on Twitch. Uh haven't gotten a lot of viewers so much because, well, I'm still new. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Uh but I started streaming Lord of the Rings online. Uh it's out of all the games I play, it is the one that gets the most views. Um
Yeah, you mentioned that last week on Monday or whatever.
yeah, when we recorded, yeah, because I was looking at us recording. I was recording us playing Borderlands 4, which I dropped the ball on this weekend. That was 100% me. All my fault.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
apologized.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I apologize, all right?
Yeah. That's all right. We'll get to
But
it.
we'll get to it. Uh I worked, fell in my tub, landing on my ribs on the side of the tub, and the last 2 days of work have been extremely painful. And sleeping at night right now is extremely painful because my whole side here is sore.
You're not old enough to fall in the tub and bust a hip.
I didn't bust a hip, man.
You're not a grandpa.
I fell in the tub because my foot went numb.
That also shouldn't be happening.
Actually, I it should start. I'm to the age where it should actually start affecting me because I have a herniated disc that's pressing on my spinal cord.
Oof.
Yeah. So I'm around that age where I should start getting random slight
You might want to
numbness.
start taking baths. Soak
Ever
in your
since
own filth, sir.
ever since I started showering, I've never been a big. I will shower before I fill a tub with bath water so I can soak in it, so that I'm not soaking in my own. I'm weird.
See, I do it the other way. I'll like soak and then I'll shower it all off.
Either way, it works. Really, if you think about it. But no, it was a lot of work recording Lord of the Rings online. And the reason why I'm focusing on that game is my highest character level on there. I've had the game and I've played it off and on since launch, and my highest character is level 50, and you can go up to above level 180. I'm way
Yikes.
behind, and the game's been out for 17, 18 years now.
180?
I think that's the low end. I think it goes higher.
Feel like they should do what EverQuest did at some point, like where the levels started getting kind of high, so they like level scrunched everything.
They did that because they don't do that because there is a ton of content and areas to go. And if they try scrunching it down, they would end up. I'm
I'm
level
not saying
20.
don't scrunch the game, just do the what they did in EverQuest was, or I mean in World of Warcraft was they did like a level scrunch where they like scaled everything down like level wise. Like they didn't change anything in the game itself. They just scaled character levels down to where like max was like 120 or 130, and they scaled it all back down to where max was 60, but it was like you didn't lose any power or anything.
We'll
It
see
just
what
kind of
they
got
do
scaled.
because they do have another update coming out. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm trying to get that going off the ground because I have some other ideas to do with Switch I want to talk to you about offline. So
Oh, okay. My curiosity has been piqued.
it has a little bit to do with OnlyFans.
Oh,
No, but seriously, it's an idea I have bouncing around. I think it would be cool. Uh, and it has a lot to do with the way the stream records the video from the video game. So I'll discuss it more with you offline, but I think it would be a good avenue of stuff we can do. Um, Other than that, my week has been fairly chill. I've been slacking at the gym and I need to get going back
oh, dude, I
because
have been hard. I've been slacking so hard. I actually put back on 15 pounds.
so I haven't put the weight on. I have put the shape back on.
I put the weight on. And I just started this week going back again. Started on Wednesday and I've gone 4 days. Went Wednesday, or no, I went Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't go Thursday and Friday, and then I went Saturday and today.
I'm
So
I need
I'm
to
trying to get
start.
back into it.
I need to get back into it, and I will. But right now, I just gotta let this heal up, so that way I can actually lift the weights and stuff without being in excruciating pain.
Yeah, that's fair.
But other than that, that's been my week. Pretty
Solid.
straightforward. So I did find something during the week that I shared with you on Facebook Messenger, and I want to discuss that. It's a really cool article from the Huffington Post. All right, from HuffPost .com. This article, I was scrolling. I don't remember where oh yeah, I do remember where I saw it. I was on a
On
subreddit.
Huffington Post.
I saw it on a subreddit first, and then I clicked on the link to verify its accuracy, and it's pretty cool. The article's title is "Woman Who Had Half Her Brain Removed Becomes Inspiring Speech Pathologist." So, by all accounts, this woman has had an aspirational life. Her name is Christina Santos, and she is married, owns her own home, attained a master's degree, and works a fulfilling job as a speech pathologist. You would never suspect that on February 13th, 1996, she had half of her brain removed as a child. And 20 years after her surgery, she is thriving. When she was 7 years old, she was diagnosed with Rasmussen's encephalitis, an inflammation of one of the hemispheres of the brain. The condition is life-threatening and causes frequent seizures. By the time she was 8 years old, she was sometimes having up to 150 seizures a day, according to ABC News. In lieu of chemotherapy or steroids treatment, she had a 14-hour hemispherectomy. However you want to say that. When they throw words like that together, it's weird. It's a procedure in which the right side of the brain was surgically removed. She lost most of her motor skills on the left side of her body, but it didn't deter her from fulfilling her dreams. She decided in high school she wanted to have a career in which she helped people. And now, after uh, Misericordia University attendance, and according to an essay she published online, uh, she has her undergraduate and master's degrees in 5 years and is a fully functioning adult. The reason why I wanted to
Wow.
read that article was because that shows you just how powerful our brains are.
Yeah.
The fact she had half of the
That's
brain
crazy.
removed and she's fully functioning and is married and all that.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
That's inspirational if I ever heard it.
I couldn't even imagine. Like,
Things I've heard about that is a lot of people don't actually recover like that, or once it's
right.
done, they don't try bettering themselves. This woman pushed herself to better herself. Your body will adapt. It's how it will adapt is the question. So,
That's that's crazy.
some miracles
That
of the human
is
body.
that is really cool.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk about that because it's just really cool. And if you ever want to see some interesting facts, I'm gonna start mentioning one a day from that subreddit. I think it's really cool because some of them are just really interesting facts, and it's all verifiable sources. It's nothing like on Wikipedia or on anything that somebody can modify to make up. It has to be from a verifiable .edu or other sources of information. I
Okay.
won't use ones from Wikipedia because half the time Wikipedia can be fake.
Yeah. Wikipedia is just written by people.
No, everything's just written by people
Well,
or AI these days.
anybody who wants to can just write into Wikipedia and say they're an expert on something. Doesn't have to
True.
be true.
That's why when I look at Wikipedia pages, I actually look at if they have facts in there, if they're citing their sources at the bottom.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
Stay
So
informed, people.
stay informed, fools. Let's see. All right, cool. No, not Toronto. I forgot how to spell. Sorry. All right, so let's get into our deep dive
Main
topic.
topic. Main topic. 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 All right. So yeah, by definition, we are nerds.
Yep. So, like I asked earlier, what does nerdy mean to you? How do you define it? Uh, the biggest, I don't know. I was thinking about this because I went into a Facebook group and one of their questions was, what is nerdy to you? Or what does, yeah, they worded it as is nerdy to you? And I'm phrasing it as, what does it mean to you?
Well, I guess the best way that I can answer that is that to me, in that context, nerdy is a word that can be interchanged with passion
Okay.
in the aspect that anything we've kind of talked about this a little bit before that anything can be nerdy. It's
Mhm.
just what you're really passionate about. You could be considered nerdy about that topic. Like you could be nerdy about football stats and be that person that you can say, "Hey, how many touchdowns has TJ Hawkinson had in between the years 2010 and 6?" And somebody would like, there's somebody out there that'd be like, "Oh, let me tell you," and he'll know it right off the top of his head. I mean, that's in aspect of the term. They're nerdy about football.
Mhm.
It's something that you're just super passionate about. Most of the time, it gets kind of a negative connotation, and people think of it in terms of comic books and video games and Star Trek and Star Wars, and like they think of those things as nerdy, but those are just things that have really high fan bases.
Mhm.
So again, a lot of people that are passionate about it, aka it gets labeled nerdy.
Of course.
That's my opinion.
My opinion, I was having a hard time of figuring out how to put it into words. And then Mossy answered the question.
Mossy again. Mossy always comes through.
And it is probably the best definition of what I picture nerdy as. All right. So Mossy answered the question as nerdy to him is being a kid at heart despite your age, liking things that were once considered immature or wastes of time, being very familiar with the inner workings of a hobby, just being yourself without worry. So yours makes sense and his makes sense. And I'm somewhere in a combination of those two
And
because
I guess you can say, I mean, what we're saying is very similar because being a kid at heart is very much the same as being passionate about something. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
But see, these days, when you think of people calling people nerds and stuff, it's talking about things that are on the sciencey side of things, on the STEM side
Yeah.
of things,
Or some,
versus
the typical guy in the button up shirt that's tucked in with his belt up at his like belly button and got his pocket protector and his big thick glasses and his hair combed to the side. Like, yeah, I mean
Weird Al and
that's
White
your
and Nerdy.
that's your typical, or any of the characters of Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, this is like your typical stereotypic nerd. But that's not necessarily what a nerd is.
So growing up, a lot of what we got defined as nerds was people like what's his name off of Family Matters.
Steve Urkel,
Yeah, Steve Urkel.
Jaleel White.
Yeah, no, Steve Urkel, the character.
Yeah,
A lot
Jaleel
of
White, the
people,
guy who plays him.
yeah, the guy who looks completely different when he plays Urkel versus it's the glasses. The glasses make everybody unrecognizable. Just ask Superman. No, but that was growing up. That was what the definition of nerd was somebody who had the pocket protectors, was the odd one out, stuff like that. It's like, no, because I called a football jock a nerd before, and he's like, I'm not a nerd. It's like, give me the stats that you had last year. and he told me all his football stats. And it's like, see, you know more about that than I do. You're a nerd about it. And he's like, shut up. All
Don't call me a nerd. But then, okay, let me flip the script on you a little here.
right.
What is the difference between a nerd and a geek?
We've had that conversation before. A
Have
nerd,
we?
yeah, back early in the episodes, uh, when we still had 3 hosts.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it
But
was
okay.
like one of our first episodes, and I don't remember what my stance was on that. But geek to me is someone that is more book smart than street smarts. So they can rattle off an answer from a book all day long, or they're always into the
See, that would
books.
see.
Nerd is the comics and all of that stuff. See, when I say book smart, I'm talking about you can be
I
a
don't know about
science
that
geek.
because, like, you could be a science geek, but you could also be a band geek, and that's not book smart. I mean, that's just being
True.
being
But
a
that
band
is
geek.
being really good at a single topic.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is being a geek is being really big into one specific topic,
Mhm.
whereas being a nerd is more generalized in like more of a like genre type
Yeah,
situation.
that's what I think. That makes more sense to me, especially
Okay.
when you brought up the reference to band geeks and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Because I
So
get
it's more
called a nerd at work.
specialized.
Yeah, that's what I think. But let's Google that answer, geek versus nerd. All right, so according to AI, yep, that's right. I'm mastering with the dreaded AI.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go to Reddit, subreddit, Ask Men, just to see how horrible that answer is gonna be. A nerd is typically someone with deep intellectual passion and high intelligence, often focused on academic or complex subjects, and may be socially introverted. A geek is characterized by an intense enthusiasm and encyclopedic knowledge of a specific hobby, interest, or aspect of pop culture, though
So
they
it is
may
specialized.
or may not be academically focused or socially awkward. Yeah, geeks are excessive and nerds are academic.
Okay. That's fair.
So we
I
hit it
like
pretty
that.
much on the head. Let's see. I've grown up being called a nerd for being interested in nerdy things, video games, comics, but apparently that's more geek in terms of things. But geek was never a word said when I was a kid. I was just called nerds. What about you? What's the difference between geek and nerds? That is weird. That's in Ask Men. Difference was well established when I was a kid, early 90s. A geek is someone whose passion is pop culture stuff. That nerds are those who are more into stuff like math, physics, band players, etc. Since the interests and pursuits of both intersect often, both terms have become interchangeable. That is what the non-AI answer was.
See, I don't know if I think the AI answer has it more on the head
Hmm.
because like I've never looked at somebody and interchanged and said they were either a geek or a nerd. It was you were either one or the other. Like and yeah, like after you said it, it kind of makes sense though. Like, anybody I've ever like thought of as a geek, they were very specialized in one thing and that's why they were a
Hmm.
geek. Like
Yeah,
a band
and
geek or a
yeah,
D&D
nerds tend to
geek.
be very uh broad based. See, I was a band nerd. Yeah, I knew music and I played instruments, but it wasn't my number one focus. Actually, because I also liked football and sports and all that good stuff. So
Yeah,
I
see, I
was
was
all over the
always a
place.
nerd, but I was also like a jock. I was kind of in both fields.
But something I've learned thanks to a YouTube miniseries called The Gamers, there are a lot of I've actually started paying attention because of that. I started paying attention to how some jocks are. And I've realized that a lot of those athletic types actually do have a nerdy side to them.
But yeah,
They
a
just
lot of
hide it
people
really
that
well.
you wouldn't expect. I mean, we've seen it just in like the nerd realm. Like you wouldn't look
Mhm.
at somebody like Henry Cavill and think, "Man, that guy's a nerd." Well, he is.
Dude, I went to my local game store, right? And I was talking about how they're talking about how they would They're talking about Jay and Silent Bob, and I forgot what because that was a
Kevin
Halloween
Smith.
costume. No, that was a Halloween costume they were going to do,
Okay.
and I was like, and I was like, oh, cool. Silent Bob's played by Kevin Smith. You want to know something I've always wanted to do? And they're like, what? It's like, I always wanted to have a D&D game with Kevin Smith, Vin Diesel, Henry Cavill, and Robin Williams before he passed away. And there was like, Vin Diesel plays D&D?
Yeah, apparently so does Michelle Rodriguez from the Fast and the Furious
Yeah.
franchise. She's also a big D&D player. Actually, she was in the movie Dungeons and Dragons, and that's
Yeah.
why, because she was a big D&Der.
Yeah, their looks and body builds are especially from people whose job is to change how they look for roles. It's hard to tell what they really like, but it's also proof that you can't define people based on how they look. You actually got to get to know them to see what they like. Vin Diesel has a tattoo that's a representation of his one of his D&D characters. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Henry
awesome.
Cavill left The Witcher because of creative differences because he wanted to stick true to the stories of the books. How much of a nerd are you when you're like, I don't want to do this like this because the books he would have done it this way.
Gosh, who was it? I remember I just watched something not that long ago of somebody that was being like, it was a celebrity that you wouldn't expect, but they were like doing a talk show, and they were basically explaining to the host what it was like to be a DM, and they were like DMing a scenario, and he's like, "Whoa, this is crazy! This is like so intense." But it wasn't somebody you. It was a woman. I don't remember who it
Are you
was though.
talking to about the woman who played the chick off of Arrow?
Which one?
I the blonde woman.
Which one? Are you talking Felicity Smoke?
No, Emily Betts. Emily Bett Rickards. I think that's her.
Yeah, Felicity Smoke. Maybe was it her? I don't think it was her.
Uh no, Deborah Ann Wool.
Yeah, her. The girl from that was in Daredevil.
That's
The
I got him
redhead girl.
backwards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's who it was.
Daredevil, not
Yeah.
Arrow. I got him backwards.
She does it, and I was like, "Whoa, this girl's a D&D nerd? Like, what the heck?"
Yeah,
And
there's
yeah,
a lot of them out there.
she was doing the whole like scenario and like being the DM, and like it was actually like cool and engaging, and
So
the host was
everybody
like,
that's out
"This is
there,
kind
I
of
was
cool."
wrong. I mentioned the wrong actress. I knew who
That's
I was
okay.
thinking of. I had her face in my thing and I quickly Googled it and I was like, that sort of looks like her.
You knew it was a smoke show from one of the shows.
Mhm.
Yep.
It was actually it's really cool to find out this kind of stuff. Like everybody knew Kevin Smith played D&D. He could not play D&D. But the biggest one that surprised me growing when I learned before he passed was Robin Williams played D&D online.
Dude, that does
The
not surprise me in the
DDO.
slightest.
I would have
He
loved
named
to.
his daughter after Zelda. Like,
True.
of course he's a nerd.
Yeah, that's true. I can't argue with that one. uh, let's get back on to the answers because otherwise we'll forget about Warmakaida's answer because he's the other one that answered the question.
Yeah, let's keep going.
And Warmakaida reached out and he said, for me, it is just about having fun in your spare time, doing what you enjoy and really being into it, whether it's fantasy, video games, TV shows, or anything like that. Like, I'm a massive golf nerd. LOL, go Europe.
Yeah. He's our where's he from? Ireland
He's, I don't
or
remember exactly where he
Scottish?
said, I don't remember where he said he's from, but
I think he's from Ireland.
he's
I
over
want to
from that
say
area.
Ireland because I remember when we were talking to him, I was thinking like my wife really wants to go to Ireland, and he's been in Discord a few times, and he's got that real strong accent. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's actually, I don't know what it is. That accent is just awesome.
Hmm.
Definitely not Scottish because you can understand what he
No,
says.
it's Irish. Yeah. He doesn't
But
sound
yeah,
like he's cursing at us with every word.
I know,
It's not
right?
Scottish. It's not Scottish or Russian. That's for sure.
And
'Cause
we are not making fun of people in those. It's just the way the accent sounds to us. That's all.
it just sounds harsh. Sounds like
Mhm.
you're mad at me. But
Yeah, but those were the two that actually answered in Discord. Uh, I would love to hear more inputs from everybody else. And also, which celebrities would you find it weird if they were actually nerds? Like, how funny would it be if you're sitting there talking D&D and The Rock walked up and said, "Oh, I have this level 20 sorcerer that has," and he comes up with this elaborate backstory, and you're like,
you know what?
"Holy cow."
If it was The Rock, I would not be surprised.
You find out that The
That
Rock
dude
and
is he is so multi-talented. I would not be surprised if he did everything on this earth.
that is true.
I think,
What's his name?
now you got me thinking, celebrity, who would I be most surprised if they were a D&D nerd?
That's a tough one. What if Kevin Hart and The Rock played D&D together with Black Jack?
Blackjack? You mean Jack Black?
No, Black Jack.
Is Blackjack the same person as Jack Black, or are we talking like Jack Sparrow, or who's Blackjack?
It's Jack Black. My dyslexia kicked in when I was saying his
Wow.
name.
I think the person that would surprise me the most to be a D&D nerd would be Adam Sandler.
Really? Why would that surprise you?
Just I don't know, like he's funny, but he doesn't strike me as like a D&D kind of guy. Something about him just doesn't scream D&D to me.
Yeah, I'm Googling it and I'm not seeing any answers about him playing
He,
D&D.
I can't imagine he does.
I mean, there's
Or
a
like,
time
oh
where he
gosh, I just thought of the best scenario ever. A D&D game where your DM is Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, that would be the best.
let's see. Celebrities that play D&D. All right, so we have our typical Vin Diesel, Deborah Wool, Felicia Day,
Alicia Day, of course.
of course, Ashley Johnson, John
She's a LARPer.
Favreau. No, true. Patton Oswalt,
Yep.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, I could see that 100%. So you know if Matthew
Judy
Lillard plays,
Dench plays D&D.
you know if Matthew Lillard plays D&D, then that means that there's a pretty good chance that Freddie Prinze Jr. also plays D&D
Possibly.
because they're like best friends.
Judy Dench plays D&D. I did not know that.
I don't know who that is.
British actress that played was it M in 007?
Okay, I think I know.
The Big Show plays D&D.
Big Show?
Uh-huh.
What? Okay, that's a shocker.
The Big Show looks forward to D&D all week. Joe
Manganiello?
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Joe
I knew
Manganiello's
him.
D&D group. Yeah,
I
he
knew
played
him
in
from Big Bang.
the Big Show plays in that group.
Really?
Terry Crews plays it, and I can see that.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It seems Terry Crews played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time in an episode of Celebrity D&D that he guest starred in, but he threw himself enthusiastically into the role.
I wonder if like all the guys from Big Bang and stuff actually like are really nerds in real life and like actually play D&D and stuff.
I think a couple of them do. Did you know Anderson Cooper does?
Anderson Cooper.
The TV CNN guy?
Okay.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck do.
That didn't surprise me.
They grew up. They've been friends since they were kids, and they grew up playing
Right.
D&D together.
So Casey Affleck probably does too.
Rainn Wilson
Yeah.
from The Office. Dan Harmon.
Really? Like the guy from NCIS?
No, that's Mark Harmon. Dan Harmon
that's Mark
is
Harmon.
the creator of Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Then.
Aubrey Plaza.
Okay.
I don't know who Teron Killam is. Martin Starr. Don't know Gerard Way. Patton Oswalt, that doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me. D.B. Wise and David Benioff, of course, Deborah Ann Wool, Paul the Big Show White, and John Favreau, Terry Crews.
Jon Favreau?
Yeah, John Favreau
What?
plays. Yeah, this director has been credited with improv comedy, and his childhood love of Dungeons and Dragons with teaching him how to build worlds for movies like Iron Man and the live action Lion King.
He actually in the movies like calls them nerds for the nerdy things they do. Like,
And yet, that's what makes
and
it so
yet
great now that you know
he is a
that.
nerd. That is great. Okay.
So, and the article under Terry Crews says he played it on an episode of Celebrity D&D that he guest starred in. He threw himself enthusiastically into his character and even gave the other players chills with his final speech. And then Tim Duncan.
Basketball player?
Yes. You probably know Tim Duncan from his incredible basketball career with the San Antonio Spurs as both a player and now a coach. But he's also a pretty big nerd. He has a tattoo of Merlin, named his daughter Quill after the Guardians of the Galaxy character, and of course is a huge fan of D&D.
What? Yeah,
See?
that was a shock. That was a
So
shock.
you can have people hiding in all the different places and all the different walks of life. We have a jock that's a D&D player. And a lot of these articles I'm reading mention a lot of the same names, but that was the first one I've seen with Tim Duncan in it.
It's kind of crazy.
I wonder if anybody in
You
NFL
never know.
players who played D&D.
Oh, I'm sure the whole Cowboys team sits there and plays D&D before
Ow.
every game.
Several NFL players are known to play or be interested in Dungeons and Dragons, most notably Johnny Stanton and Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, huh?
Stanton, a passionate advocate for the hobby, initiated a D&D group with the Browns locker room, and Garrett became a prominent player in the group, along with other teammates. The group
Huh.
even
Maybe that's what the Vikings beat the Browns today. They were too concentrated. They weren't done with their game, and they wanted to hurry up and get back to their D&D, so they just gave up the game.
Yeah, that's actually pretty amazing, though. I was like, okay, maybe, and then I read, okay, an entire locker room from an NFL team has been playing D&D. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like this watching times argument. It makes you think. And this was that one was 3 years ago, and this article in the Washington Times is from February of this year. Dungeons and Dragons playing athletes take aim at nerd jock divide. Yeah, they're saying nerd and jock are no longer mutually exclusive titles, just as former
Well, they
NFL
never have been.
fullback Johnny Stanton. True, they never have been, but it was hidden among the jocks more so.
Yeah,
From
it's been kind of a stigma that jocks don't admit that they do
Yeah.
the nerdy things.
But now they are. They're actually Brandon Cutler, former collegiate rugby player Jess Wade, and fitness coach Jay Foster, MMA fighter turned fitness influencer Tank Tolman. All right, I like Tank Tolman because I actually follow him online. He actually does this Viking style cosplay where he's the leader of a Viking ship, and he's actually really cool. And it shows him working out at times. He'll push his daughter in the swing, and while he's working out, he'll dodge her, go back to the bag, then dodge her again, and go back to the bag, and the kid's just laughing the entire time. So this one shows that a lot of different walks of life are playing D&D. Being a nerd isn't
a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing anymore.
It's not a bad thing.
It should never be viewed as a bad thing. And if you're listening to our show and you're of the younger audience, wear it as a badge of pride.
Yeah.
A lot of bullies, if they are bullying you for being a nerd, wear it as a badge of pride, and you'll see a lot of other kids start stepping up wearing it as a badge of pride.
Yeah, and like you'd be surprised how many people around are that you wouldn't expect are also nerds. And if you wear that badge of pride, you'll make friends you never thought you'd ever make.
Yeah, you'll
So-
give being a nerd and actually carrying that title around, you will combine more members of a social group, different social groups, and have one common ground if you do that and actually talk to people and be like, "Hey, I'm into this. What are you into?" And you'll find out there's a lot of stuff that overlap on the nerdy spectrum from everybody.
I like how you just put us on the spectrum.
I did unintentionally, but I did.
You just literally put us on the spectrum
Yes, we are the pinnacle of the nerdy spectrum because we're nerds talking about nerds.
on a nerdy platform on a show called Raw and Nerdy.
Yes, yes, very
Doesn't get
indeed.
much nerdier than that.
Challenge accepted. But yeah,
Let
it's
me get my pocket protector. Let me push my glasses up and tape them up.
now there are some levels of nerdism I can't even touch. I know people who know a lot about a lot of genres and a lot of comics that I know nothing about.
Yeah, I got a friend that I used to work with that's a big comic book nerd. You wouldn't expect him to be a nerd if you saw him either. When I first saw him, I thought he was like a biker.
Hey,
I'm not joking. I
I
thought he
know
was a biker, but turned out he was a big nerd just like me.
I met some bikers that play D&D.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nah. Sometimes it's cheaper to stay home and play D&D than it is to go ride a bike and cause problems.
Hey now, bikers don't always cause problems.
No, they don't. And I find it funny. I've watched some articles about I've read articles about a woman meeting a biker and being like, ew. And then she meets the same person when he's in his full doctor gear
Right?
because he's a medical doctor. And it's like, can't judge a book just because they got tattoos everywhere. Some of the coolest, nicest people I've met have tattoos everywhere and are nerds.
Can't judge a book just because it's colorful.
True. Unless you're a Marine, then that's the only kind of books you can judge. Unless you color them in yourself with your own crowns that you're going to eat afterwards.
Did you just call them crowns? Were you were you trying to make fun of the Marines and you called them crowns?
Crayons.
Oh,
I grew up
man.
calling them crayons, okay?
Oh, man. First you started with blackjack. Now you got your crowns.
I love me some crayons.
Bet you do. Which one tastes the best?
I don't know. I'm not a Marine. Did you know there's actually a beer out there in New Jersey called Drinking Crayons?
Probably.
I'm like, why can't you sell that everywhere? You know how you go out of business trying to make as much as these Marines would drink?
Oh,
What? I can talk crap about Marines. I was a sailor. I have every right.
you were trapped on a boat for months at a time with a bunch of other men. Just gonna leave it there, Rook. Just gonna leave it there.
Actually, there were quite a few women on my ship. At least I was never on a submarine where 100 single sailors went in and 50 couples came out. That's
All
right.
This is taking a turn. This is taking a turn.
That's right. I'm making fun of my submariner brethren. I'll admit though, those guys have a job that I would never be able to do
There's a reason they call you guys seamen.
because we're men at sea.
Right. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Man, we just went
Oh,
so much for a PG-13 rating.
I didn't say anything that wasn't PG-13. So,
Hey, it's all right. I haven't said yet.
Rook, now you gotta bleep it.
I can say it once on a PG-13.
You gotta bleep it.
I'm gonna
Killing
record
me,
it.
Smalls.
I'm gonna record an audio of me going beep and then put it over.
You should. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps the topic up with a nice little bow.
It does. But yeah, that this was a fun show. A deep thought show, and then we go off the rails at the end. Sounds about right.
Oh, man. You're killing me.
Killing me, Smalls. All right, so if you're watching this on YouTube, please be kind and like and subscribe this show. I will have somewhere on this screen, somewhere, a link to our most recent show and just random show that YouTube thinks you would enjoy.
You know how I know that I'm old? because you just said, please be kind. And the first thing that came to my mind was, and rewind. Our younger viewers have no clue what that means. But anyway,
Hey, younger viewers
continue.
don't know the relationship between a cassette tape and a pencil.
Yep. A lot of them don't know what a cassette tape is. What's a cassette tape? What are they talking about?
Man, we grew up
Oh,
at the beginning of the cassette tape era through the CD, DVD, MP3 era, and now we're at the complete
Blu-ray.
digital. Yeah,
You
Blu-ray.
forgot the Blu-ray.
I forgot the Blu-ray, but it's all part of the CD era as
The
the digital medium.
HD DVD that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, actually had
Oh,
it had promise, but whatever. But as
yeah.
I was
Anyway,
saying,
where were we?
like and subscribe. It'll help us out a lot. If you're listening to this podcast, please give us a 5 stars. Comment on the video if you like it. And the most important thing, if you want to continue this conversation, go to our Discord. What's our Discord?
Discord / or discord.gg / raw podcast. Why do I always screw that up? You always put me on the spot and I always screw it up. Sooner or later, I'm going to get it right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
No, you got it right at the end. But Discord is the place to be. That's where me and Archon, we always have our phones on. We always answer any posts that people put. Case in point, Archon just posted about Destiny 2 in our Discord. The Discord, when I had somebody I interviewed at WonderCon join the Discord, she was amazed at how warm and welcoming everybody is in the Discord. That's the kind of environment we foster in there. We like everybody to get along, and it's a great place just to chill, talk about whatever you want, minus politics and religion.
Plus, as a fun extra fact, I'm going to post something on our Discord within the next couple days. I've been talking about it for a very long time on this show. You remember the amazing best man speech I was telling you about?
You found it.
Now, I didn't find a video of it, but he sent me the file or the written script of it.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get it posted on there so you guys can see what I've been talking about. That awesome best man speech.
I'm gonna have to read it when you post it because that's gonna be funny.
It is so funny. I love it. It was the best man speech ever, especially for a nerd.
Of course. All right, so be looking forward to that on our Discord. Also, he'll probably post it on our Facebook.
Maybe.
I
I don't
said
know
probably.
about that.
If it's going to be on
That
our
might be
Insta-
Discord exclusive.
Ooh, fancy.
Get people in our Discord.
But seriously, we also have Facebook, Raw Podcasts. You can reach us on our Instagram. We don't really answer messages there, but it is a possible way of messaging us. And that is
Raw Podcast 1.
Yep. And if you want to get a hold of us for business reasons, you can reach out to us as a group Discord chat, but I would prefer it to be an email. That way we both can just sit here and discuss it. And you can reach us there at podcastraw@gmail.com. Yes, it's backwards, but that's because Raw Podcast was already taken.
Yep,
So
but that is
Raw-
also connected directly to our phones. We will both know
Mhm.
if you guys email us, and we will get back to you as soon as we have a chance to discuss it and email you back. I would say no more than 1 to 2 business days.
Yep. Gives us time to talk about it. I think that's
about
all
it.
of our stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's
So,
about it.
From me, y'all stay nerdy.
And you guys have a great week. See you guys next week.
Peace out.